Today we're checking out the winners of our DIY Kit Challenge.
How did I?
Is it 9 sharp? Is it 9? Is it 9 sharp? What?
It's like one finger away from greatness.
Hey guys, Kris here.
And my name is Guillaume. Hope you're doing great today. We are checking out, finally, the winners of our DIY Kit Challenge. Some of the winners.
Some
obviously.
of the winners.
We had hundreds of entries of the craziest, most mind-blowing craftsmanship and just random ideas that we've ever seen.
Some were absolutely beautiful. Some were really fun to imagine how it feels and plays. Some had screens built in and some had the maddest woodworking going on and everything. It was really hard to decide on the winners, but we had to. So
we did.
Let's start with the first place, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
This is number 1.
Allons enfants. Sorry.
oldshadowmusic from France.
From France, indeed. I'm proud.
This was one of those entries where we opened the link and we watched like literally every entry. Like it was a lot, but this was one like I clicked the link and my mind was blown about the amount of details, like the headstock. We'll show some close-ups. This is absolutely, this is perfection.
Yeah.
And I really, really adore if someone pays attention to details, even if it's a DIY. So for me, this guitar was without doubt the number 1. Like all these carvings, the pickup, the top of the bridge pickup, and the switch being finished with the same paint as the custom pickguard and the custom shaped body. And then look at this.
Recessed neck plate.
Like recessed, but in a way that it cut off the metal backplate and then rounded off the wood and then still used the screw. Like probably shortened it to not go through the fretboard. Ridiculous. I love these kind of details. It's geeky, I guess.
The finish of that guitar is just... And the original shape and everything. Everything about it screams perfection.
Exactly. And that's something that's not easy to get right if you are not in a, I don't know, huge workshop with CNC machines. And you can see in the video how he hand sanded a lot and hand saw a lot and then some machinery, maybe some routing going on. But this is very impressive. This is professional level, and I would love if I came up with this body
design,
shape because it just looks like a professional production guitar or custom shop guitar.
He made the telly better.
That's a risky thing to say.
Sorry, I had
but
to.
This is something that is obviously related to tellies.
It's a telly kit, that's why I was saying that.
Yes, and you can still, of course, tell like the bridge and the pickups and everything, but it just works. Like it has some elements of some brands and some designs that you would recognize somewhere else, but it works as one guitar. And it's not like, oh, there's like a scratchy touch with a, I don't know, Fender or something.
He created a guitar that could be sold under his name and like an original guitar.
Yeah, except for maybe you know, the bridge and
the
this
control plate.
And you could tweak it, but
it's
something
else.
Enough of that. It's just such a great guitar. Let me give you a few sounds, clean and distorted. Does this count as clean?
Yeah, it does. It's my clean.
That was the double trouble, and I don't know, some medium gain. Fun. I mean, it's stock pickups and everything, and it still just makes all sense and definitely fun to play. Nice.
Just a quick disclaimer before we go into the second instrument for the day is that we understand that a lot of you might not understand our choice in terms of, you know, first, second, and third place. There were so many incredible entries. The thing is that we had to go for something that stand on its own. Like that was, you know, we were looking for originality, for playability, obviously, and a lot of you guys created things that are just completely out of this world. But just like the instrument as a whole was, and in that case in particular, just something else.
What I love, and probably the reason why we all chose this guitar to win, is because it works from here to here. It's not like insane woodwork on the body and the headstock is like, you know, I did something to it, and you know, it's okay. It's crazy, and it's not just, you know, painted, like hand painted finish, but the rest of the guitar is just sort of put together, and you know, didn't really pay too much attention to those things. It's like every little detail in this guitar screams hours of, you know, thinking about it and just designing it and working it to perfection. And so that's a good point. That was one of the main criteria exactly to win or to get that up high is impressive woodwork or paint or art or whatever, but also attention to sort of most of the details on the instrument, whether it's a cajon or a uke or a guitar. Talking of ukes. So this is the ukulele that took third place in that contest, and for several really, really good reasons. The first and obvious one is obviously that top. That absolutely gorgeous mosaic of different woods, just handmade, handcrafted, assembled, and it's just... The video is great.
Yeah, the video
shows how it's so good.
Yeah, so DorAndy was the user on YouTube. Yeah. First off, just that would have probably been enough, to be honest, because that's pretty insane. But there's more. The whole fretboard is encrusted with LEDs that you can barely see in that kind of light, but if we turn them off, then you can actually program, and he hard-coded everything into a special HTML page that we access through a router, and then a 3D printed interface that's made just for that instrument to display just about anything you want on the LEDs.
It can do scales, it can do chords, like where your fingers go, it can just show off, you know, all the lights and whatever.
You can just do like animations if you want to have fun with it. And
can I write my name on it? Like,
I guess we're gonna lack some LEDs for that, but I mean,
it's so cool.
You know, there's the idea, there's the assembly, there's the craftsmanship, and then that's just full blown insane.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what took you, like, why would you do something like that? Because the amount of work that represents and just ingenuity of mastering both the craftsman sort of side to it, but also the encoding, the programming of the LEDs, making all the lists for all the scales and all the chords and programming that into the LEDs is just mind-blowing.
Absolutely crazy.
So that was...
the interface is 3D printed, right?
Yeah, 3D printed interface, same as the
logo.
sound hole with the same logo there. I mean,
Holy.
The whole thing is just incredible. And he didn't just send us the ukulele, he sent us the router, the interface, the links on how to access like the website basically that he created. Manual. It's just like, man, thank you, Andy. Thank you so much, because that's such a fun, incredible project. And it's also kind of surprisingly easy to use. So we did have to dim the light to make sure that you guys could appreciate the LEDs. And this is the opening animation that Andy coded, literally coded, into that website. As you can see here, he also, if you go into the chords category, you can just appreciate the amount of work that he did into coding every single variation of every single note, which is just insane. If I go on like G flat and I want to show a G flat minus 7 flat 5, because I have no idea what that chord looks like on any instrument. But now you know what to play. So much tension. Anyway, that's just ridiculous, and that works for all of them, obviously. G flat add 9, G flat major 7. If you go on to D, D minor 7 flat 5, D minor, D augmented, diminished, 7, minor 7. Does it change every time?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's just insane. That's a D major 7 for all you ukulele novices, I guess. D augmented 7, I mean, that's just crazy. And obviously, the last one is that you can go onto the scales tab right there and choose within what I assume is all the scales that people who know about ukulele scales know about. I know exactly none of them, but same per note, and then you can light up the whole fretboard with every note that works into that particular scale, such as the Romanian minor, for example.
Or the Hungarian major.
Or the Hungarian major, which Kris didn't know that scale existed. It has to be like very, it's written exotic, but you can also just go into like harmonic minor or just major, and then you have the different modes of it: Aeolian, Dorian, Ionian, Locrian. So that's like the amount of work that went into that. Melodic minor, Hawaiian. Like the depth to which he went just to map all of that is absolutely insane. And pretty. And it also does the ukulele thing, which I can't play, but every white dude picking up a ukulele ever. 3, 2, 1,
go.
My bad. So as you can see, I'm a professional ukulele player.
Andy, good job. Crazy. And let's talk about the second place.
True, because unfortunately we couldn't get our hands on that particular guitar, but it was, again, like another absolutely insane project.
It was the exact opposite of like this guitar. This is perfection. That's insanity.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. It's from system.dd.
System.dd, another Frenchman.
Oh, you can be proud.
Two of them in the top 3. I think we're doing pretty well.
It's impressive. France.
But yeah,
Really nice.
And T-type kits with...
What was the name?
The Telefoncaster.
Telefonster?
Telefonster. Telefoncaster. I'm not sure at this point. But it had a megaphone speaker with the mouthpiece connected to it that was functional inside the guitar. All right. On top of a rotary dial, something like that, from built in the guitar, which was a stutter effect.
Which was a kill switch, like a...
How?
Unimaginable, and I'm so sad I'm not having the guitar in my hands right now.
And also, we're still without answer as to how did you make that happen?
Yeah.
Because that stutter effect, like, I mean, yeah, the guitar was crazy. it was fun. It was super funky. He did a whole song with using the speaker and the rotary switch. It was just really, really cool. So yeah, unfortunately he can't be here, but that was our second place for that contest. Really, really impressive.
And since we had so many other very impressive entries, we really wanted to shout out a couple of you guys. We have a couple of more names who we would definitely want to mention and show the guitars just for a sec at least, because yeah, they didn't win like vouchers, but they definitely won our respect.
We actually did end up giving out another 4 vouchers afterwards for like honorable mentions, let's say, but people like, we had such a hard time making a decision about that top 3 that the following 4, I think,
3 or 4, whatever.
3 or 4 also got a voucher because, man, yeah, it was just too hard to try. Let's get the laptop and show the people some kits.
There was a cajon, a TNT cajon
that was so
in
sick.
there, made by Skizzen Monster. I really loved that. That was a beautifully done cajon. Then there was a bass in there. What's Next? Otto from Germany. He had this bass, like he put thin layers of wood in the middle of the body, and then some pretty carving and like a top on it, and like
some proper like woodworking.
Really fine.
Oh, is he the one that made the knobs as well? Like
the wood
that was
pickup cover, the wooden knobs, like everything custom designed and shaped.
That was beautiful.
Very well done. And the story was cool too, because his daughter told him about the DIY Kit Challenge, and then he was like, whatever, let's order a bass kit. I wanted to play bass anyhow. He didn't play bass up until this point. And then he built his bass, and he told like, I could play it a little, but you know, I'm a beginner. I still need an amp. And I was like, that story alone is perfect, you know, for something like this. And very well done bass. Then 3D printed T-type. You remember that?
Oh yeah, that was with the
Thomann logo.
Yeah. Okay, that was a beautiful Finish instrument.
That was Andrei Rosu official. And they 3D printed like a sort of a flowery kind of design pattern
to put on,
and then the Thomann logo on the back side, and even in the neck plates they carved in like DIY Kit Challenge and everything.
Yeah,
beautifully done. So absolutely fantastic work. Sir Gear-A-Lot.
That's a
he
cool
made
name.
one of the coolest heavy S-types. That was the matte black one.
With the grill?
The grill
and
the red LED in the routings where there were no pickups, and then one EMG in the
that
bass
just
position.
looked evil. Absolute evil.
Awesome.
Great.
Just awesome.
Yeah.
Then, talking about awesome, Scion of Darkness. One of the most impressive woodwork on the body. He made these random crazy holes inside that, I think it was a T-type.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing. So that was like one of our favorites as well as so many others.
There were a lot of like impressive carving jobs.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Then the Dragon Caster DIY, which was the dragon skin.
That's another one,
Talking about awesome woodworking,
like
beautiful like dragon skin kind of carving
carved on the
body. Beautiful. Then the hand-painted tree as double cut. I almost used those two letters.
The single pickup one. Yeah, that was beautiful. That one was beautiful.
Dry. Absolutely beautiful. It looks like aquarelle maybe, or I'm not sure, but so beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And just one neck humbucker.
That's such a bold move, but I respect that.
What a statement.
I respect that.
Love it. Then the Butterfly System, the bass plus guitar IKEA thing.
That was just another level.
I love the idea. It was a bit too rough to actually win.
Yeah.
But I love the idea. He cut off like the lower parts or upper parts of the instruments to and then had like a screw to open and lock it.
Yeah, but like the IKEA furniture kind of.
Those
but it was working, and you could lock both sides together or just play them separately.
Yeah, and then put back the sawed-off part and just lock it back, and you had your separate guitar or separate bass, or just lock them together.
With custom pick guards, but still the two outputs. It was like it was really smart.
A lot of work as well, so respect. Then the hand-painted Strat, the black and white or sort of black and white design. I think he made the guitar. He built the guitar together, and his girlfriend or wife painted it or airbrushed it or whatever.
Okay.
It was from Diana JMC 91. Beautifully painted guitar.
I'd have to see that one again.
That was one of my. I sold one of my favorites. Then a couple of more. Schelping Relic Strat. I was thinking about you.
Of course, I couldn't. I obviously couldn't pick that one.
Yeah. It was from Flat Pick Nation. It was really, really nicely done. Naganuk made a fretless, stripy bass, 3-colored. It looked very DIY,
super
but
funky.
I loved the dude looked like a real chilled, nice dude, and made this sort of reggae, vibey, fretless bass, and sit in his garden and just went for it with a beer. I love the vibes.
That was clean. That was a clean job too.
Yeah,
like the fretboard was well done.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, Marty Can Fly. It was the BMO guitar with the screen in the middle and the controller.
Adventure Time. Yeah.
The video on its own was mad, and the punk rock playing for it.
Adventure Time and the Rick and Morty one with the actual 3D printed Rick knobs was, oh my God, there was so many great instruments.
Yeah, and we could go on forever, and so sorry if we didn't mention you now, but we loved each and every one, pretty much.
Absolutely, yeah. Take back your guitar, I feel weird.
Once more, thank you very much for watching the video, and thank you very much for participating in the DIY Kit Challenge, in case you did, or just watching it and following it, in case you just watched and followed
it.
Good job, Kris.
Well done.
And now there's just one more thing to say. You will find links in the description box if you want to check out the winners.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what else?
While you're nearby that area, if you could subscribe to that channel, ring the bell, like this video, because we'll be back next week. We'll probably be back this week, to be honest. And also
probably tomorrow.
We might do another DIY Kit Challenge somewhere down the line. So if you're inspired by these creations and if you have a crazy idea of your own, keep it in there somewhere.
Don't forget
Draw some plans, and the time will come.
You guys take it easy, and see you down there in the comment section. Yes. Bye-bye.